So hello. Once again, my main type of gaming in Ил2 Штурмовик P-40 combat strafing mission. And let's start. Join Finnish server. Check video, check sound. I'm fairly late. Quite late. Video is there, sound is there. It's 0.9 turbulence on Finnish once again. Not good, but what can you do with that? That's a bad news, but good news is Hanska, my favorite airfield on this Kuban map or favorite layout with Hanska airfield available. So I'll try and do my mission. Okay. P-40 is available. I need to set those US Army Air Force olive drab livery and mark numbers. Once again, I've just said it. I'm fairly late, quite late. Let's check out 100%. Okay, 700 meters convergence range. Okay, no modifications. Okay. Start. And first of all, let me check my track IR. Everything should be set up perfectly. Track IR is good. Next step, joystick. Joystick's good. And let's set up cowl shutters half closed, RPM full forward, elevator trim 5.5, that's 70% up, rudder trim 5.5 left, that's 35%, and start, engine start. Beautiful Hanska airfield. Well, rear depot, my ground target is quite close to enemy airfield. They will definitely try to shoot me down while if I survive that AAA suppression stage. Last time I didn't, so if I start strafing, they will be there. Enemy fighters, I mean. lights on. My mission program will be the same, quite boring. First, very long and very boring taxiing towards this point, then takeoff, formation pattern. By the way, what's our airspeed? 2 meters per second, so I will switch, I will shift 2000 meters over there, 2000 meters in this direction. So maybe I should my heading's gonna be right there, over there. Okay, 200 meters. My airspeed is gonna be about 90 meters per second. So let's say I'm gonna do my fourth left 90 degrees turn 17 seconds later, and third left 90 degrees turn I will make 5 seconds later. Maybe that's very incorrect calculations, but that will do with me. Well, parking brakes off, and my favorite, no concrete, no asphalt, tarmac, just sand, grass, beautiful surface. It's about 1300 RPM for 1285, 1290 RPM for normal taxiing speed, and I will practice my taxiing a little bit. Good. I do S-turning, some zigging and zagging while taxiing. That's a technique which makes my taxiing not boring at all. I understand that sounds very weird for most of players. I like it, and in case of realistic gameplay you would have to look out for some dumped patches, for some dirt, for some pits, for any area you need to avoid, to steer around. So you need to be aware of what ahead of you, so you need to do S-turning, and not exceeding the taxiing runway width by doing that as turning. So you need to know your taxiing handling characteristics. You need to have that operational readiness, those skills of controlling your airplane. I do that taxiing without using brakes, only my rudder. Prop wash gives me rudder steering, so I don't need to use any brakes, only to stop maybe, and only to turn around with the 0 speed, turn around on one spot. Well, quite decent taxiing speed, not too fast, not too slow. And that was circling attempt. Some reason, maybe some wind gust, I don't know what was the reason. Well, I hate Il-2 Great Battles turbulence. I hate Finnish server for that excessive turbulence, constant turbulence, no calm weather on Finnish server. That's disappointing. Yeah, some reason. I know. I've got wind from the left to the right, and that wind also gives some aerodynamic influence on my tail. So tail is dragging me to the left. Tail itself goes to the right and nose goes to the left. So that's why, that was the reason of that circling attempt. 2 meters per second wind isn't strong wind at all. I love that Hanska airfield. That's a decent airfield with no asphalt or tarmac or steel plates surface, only sandy runways, and this is the landing strip is quite long. Well, this game features by my I consider physics, taxiing physics has got one issue, very low rolling drag force while taxiing on asphalt, tarmac or steel plates surface. So if not that issue, I would love to do taxiing on any type of surface, but with that issue, with that bug, I consider that's not right. I just love grassy airfields and sandy see. I will not follow that taxi runway. I will get to that landing strip threshold with heading perpendicular to my takeoff heading. Takeoff heading is 040, so I need 310 heading. On the readiness, on the rolling to start position, readiness position. That spot is right ahead of me. I'm good with handling my P-40 on taxiing, and I need to apply brakes. I was too late on retarding the throttle. Okay, 310 heading plus minus 5 degrees is set. My airfield altitude is 560 feet, 70 feet. So my, let's say I will have 1100 feet formation pattern altitude. Can it be close? Let's. Okay, it's gonna be 2 p.m. 16 minutes 0 seconds my start time. Now I do rolling to start, standard operational procedure without using any brakes. That's quite easy for me in P-40. Won't be easy for someone who is inexperienced. Quite 0.040, okay. And in 0 seconds, throttle forward in 5 seconds to 39 inches. 39 inches. And take off. Technochat on, I'm gonna need that to set RPM to 72% Technochat. Right after takeoff. Good long strip on. It's quite hot, so I wasn't able to. Now she's accelerating. She's accelerating and throttle back. Now I'm climbing. Check the chat on to for transition to straight and level. Minus 10% elevator trim, RPM down to 43%. She's pitching nose down. Minus 5% more. Terrible turbulence, not only heavy turbulence. This game features very wrong developed turbulence. All real life pilots say about that. And minus 5% more. Technochat off, I don't need it anymore. And auto lean mixture and about 22, maybe 21.5 inches manifold pressure, 040 heading. That was my mistake. I lost 5 degrees of heading. I do not practice too much. That's my bad. Thanks God I've got Finnish server and P-40 available on Finnish server, and it's gonna be 21 minutes 0 seconds when I start my first left 90 degrees. 2 minutes later I should start second left 90 degrees. 6 minutes later third left 90 degrees turn, and 2 minutes later fourth left 90 degrees turn. Only I will start third left 90 degrees turn 6 minutes 5 seconds later, and fourth left 90 degrees turn 2 minutes 17 seconds later. So that's gonna be my wind shift adjustments. After completing my fourth left 90 degrees turn, I should see my airfield and landing strip right on my 12 o'clock. That's some practice, quite good practice for wind shift adjustments. That could be very handy on route flying. Okay, and I need to adjust my power a little bit. 21.55 isn't enough. Let's make it 21.8. Yeah, 21.995. That's too much. She's gonna start climbing because of that. They've got 30 seconds left till first left 90 degrees turn. P-40 is stabilized. 2 meters per second. In this game it's quite ridiculous. Turbulence is higher when wind speed is higher, and turbulence is lower when wind speed is lower. That's ridiculous. And start left 90 degrees turn, additional power, excessive power, 15 degrees bank angle. Try to maintain 0 vertical speed. Throttle back, too much excessive power, extra power. Okay, throttle back, maintain 15 degrees. Bank angle, and 310 is my next heading. Pull up a little bit. Do not let her lose altitude. Do not let her lower her nose, because that will cause increase in airspeed. You don't need increased airspeed. You need just precise airspeed. I'm very rusty. I was too late on leveling up. I just love P-40, beautiful airplane for me. I love when combat mission is available. I've got time today for that combat mission. Probably I will not have time for A20 combat mission, who knows, maybe. Anyway, I'm planning another stream. There's gonna be Russian commentary stream with some Russian speaking community guys. 5.5 hours later from now, that's gonna be some one-on-one dogfight, air-to-air aerial combat practice. And maybe later, 8-9 hours later, I will do that A20 Russian commentary stream, combat mission stream. I don't know, I really don't know, maybe not. So second left 90 degrees turn, beautiful weather, not too much enemies around, This is a formation pattern after this second left 90 degrees turn. Whole group would be rejoined in close formation. So you do takeoff, start on takeoff with 30 seconds delay each next member of group, and first and second left 90 degrees turn you do with 15 seconds delay, and after completing those turns you receive your close formation. So my third left 90 degrees turn is gonna be start time plus 13 minutes. 16 plus 13, that's 29 minutes, and plus 5 seconds, that's gonna be 29 minutes 5 seconds. That's gonna be my third left 90 degrees turn starting time. And fourth left 90 degrees turn is gonna be 31 minutes 22 seconds. Okay, she's stabilized. This quite long leg between second and third left 90 degrees turn, about 5 minutes. You use that leg in order to perform that decent formation group leader wants. So that could be close formation or spread line abreast formation. I would use line abreast formation with 3 airspeeds intervals. My airspeed now is about 87-89 meters per second, so it's gonna be 255-260 meters intervals. Quite easy to assess with your visual assessment technique, not too hard. Beautiful. This 2 meters per second wind doesn't give me any troubles with turbulence, but on a high altitude it's gonna be quite tricky. I will climb to get over those mountains, Caucasus mountains, and then I will descend and do low level 300 heading, or maybe 385 heading route flying. Okay, it's 27:20 now, so it's about 2 minutes till my, a little bit less than 2 minutes till my third left 90 degrees turn. That's a formation pattern. Beautiful technique. I understand that could be very, very boring for most of the players, but believe me, if you got those skills, those technique, that habit of flying like that, even flying alone isn't boring at all. And if you fly with someone in formation, that's gonna be a lump of sugar, such a gameplay. This airfield, I know, that's Белореченская airfield. Белореченская town is over there. Quite good airfield also, but I like classic airfields. And I've got about 35 seconds till my third left 90 degrees turn. Looks good for now. So far, looks good. No any mistakes from my side. And 10 seconds till. And this you can see locally landscape is going higher and higher, so my altitude isn't safe, I would say. So I should climb a little bit more than 400 meters above the airfield. That's my bet. I shouldn't do that. Who knows? My real altitude is about maybe less than 100 feet for now. .130 is my new heading, level up, and I did some excessive power accelerating to gain some altitude. So my altitude is insufficient. That's my bad. That's a mistake. And about 40 seconds till fourth left 90 degrees turn. Where's my airfield? Somewhere over there. I think I will not have any big errors, any big wind shift adjustments. Let's wait and see. 25 seconds left. In 22 seconds I will start my fourth and final left 90 degrees turn on my formation pattern. Okay, left turn commence. Excessive power. Let's climb a little bit. At least not let her lose altitude while turning. And where's my airfield? Not looking good yet. Oh, a little bit. I'm a little bit too early on my fourth left turn, but not a big mistake. Not a big mistake. I can see my airstrip almost on my 12 o'clock, so I would say that's well executed wind shift adjustment practice. I would say maybe almost excellent. So when you got your airstrip on your 12, you will not be able to see it, and in more advanced, more realistic condition, I would use that moment when the landing strip threshold will touch my leading edge of my right wing. I will use that as a reference point to note the timing for my route flying. Beautiful. Right over my airfield. So the next turn will be left turn. Okay, let's turn left. Extra power. Some excessive power. It's gonna be As you can see, I'm very scruffy on my right turning. That's not left turning, right turning. I'm sorry. Very scruffy on my turning. I should maintain 0 vertical speed, maintain 15 degrees bank angle. That's important for delay turns to maintain formation, spread line abreast formation. And another, my Copa airfield over there. I love this area. Really like this area. Okay, level up 180, leveling up, and let's see what we can see. Not too much. Anyway, Sochi. Okay, and I will maintain 180 magnetic heading. So real heading will be about 0.95 maybe. No, 0.85090, and I should start climbing. Plus 5% elevator trim, RPM up to 72%. She's pitching nose up, plus 5% more. Aileron trim to 0, rudder trim to 35, plus 5% more. Plus 5% more. Plus 5% more. And plus 5% more. Technochat off, I don't need it anymore. Throttle forward a little bit. She's stabilized. And turbulence is there. I'm comfortable with that turbulence. My Copa airfield, this bridge I can see to my right, so I know exactly where I am. That's 1437.3, 1537.9. Beautiful. I will climb to that overcast lower border. And then level up to see where I am in compared to those mountains. Quite challenging to climb over the mountains in such a cloudy weather. Quite challenging and dangerous. Let's hope I will not collide with any rocky mountain. Okay, let's do transition into straight and level. Minus 10% elevator trim. RPM down to 43. Aileron 1 on right wing. 80 something rudder trim. Minus 5% elevator trim more. And minus 5% more. I've lost 5 degrees of heading, unacceptable, my bad. I was too early on lowering her nose, minus 5% more. and minus 5% more. Techno chat off, I don't need it anymore. Cowl shutters closed a little bit, and wait, and throttle back to 22.6 inches. Beautiful. My P-40 is stabilized. Atrocious turbulence. Well, turbulence is not so atrocious because airspeed isn't too much. Beautiful weather. And I need to adjust my power. 22.5 wasn't enough. 22.6.7 maybe would be good, but you cannot rely on your vertical speed indicator anymore, because that turbulence which is wrong in this game, turbulence gives you up and down wobbling some reason. But anyway, I know I am 0637.6 for now, 0.6.3. Beautiful navigation technique. I know where I am, my airplane is stabilized, I can maintain heading, maintain vertical speed, which is crucial for formation flying, and I can spare my attention to work with the map, to look around, to do anything else besides controlling my airplane. That's beautiful. Stabilized attitude flying is beautiful. I use standard 40% elevator trim up. That's 10.8 about for on this gauge, but that's inconvenient to look on your trim top. You should watch your nose behavior, you should watch your instruments. So real life pilot, he feels he could adjust that top a little bit more, a little bit less. He just feels that with his hand. So that's why technochat messages, I just not able to consider that unrealistic helpers. Those technochat messages in terms of trimming, they are quite realistic. That's the way to adapt your realistic controls to regular user with only keyboard and mouse and simple joystick available to him. So I should start climbing. Or I will collide. Plus 5% more, that's very dangerous. RPM up to 72%. Maybe I'm too late on climbing. I hope I will survive that. Plus 5% more. Aileron 0. Yaw trim plus 5% more. Rudder trim to 35. Plus 5% more. I will collide. And 5% more. I'm very sorry for that. That's very scary. Very scary. I was too late on starting my climbing. I did that mistake already several years ago, I think. I was too late on starting my climbing. I'm quite rusty. That's why you need practicing. That's why you need practicing. You never do that. That's why I like Finnish server, because Finnish server gives you combat mission practice. That's not some training server. You will not have those situational training in training conditions. There are a lot of tiny details which you gonna need to handle in order to have a successive mission, in order to survive. I didn't survive my last 2 missions. That was my bad, so my fault while suppressing AAA, and now I'm not able to do my route flying because my flight profile isn't good enough. Well, I maintain 0180 heading, but I don't have stabilized attitude, I would say. I've lost 5 degrees of heading. 5 degrees of heading, unacceptable. Oh, here you go. Technochat on leveling up, minus 10%. Elevator trim. RPM down to 43%. Turbulence is terrible. Minus 5% more. Minus 5% more, but as a group leader I would do okay, I would say. I survived that. Sochi is on my 12 o'clock, I survived that. Georgia is, Abkhazia actually is on my left, and Georgia also on my left. Sochi is on my 1 o'clock. So should I climb more? No. Throttle back, technochat off, I don't need it anymore. Should I climb more? No, I think I shouldn't. John 1945 is there. I will not join to say hello because I don't want to get in the mix with other players. My way of playing this game is very weird for them, and I need to jump a little bit. Plus 5 inches. Manifold pressure, nose up. That's just like on a low level, and nose down and throttle back on 23-24 inches. And I will steer around that mountain. No, should I? No, let's once again into climbing. 72% RPM. She is pitching nose up. Plus 5% elevator trim more. Plus 5% more. And 5% more. 5% more. And 5%. Technochat off, I don't need it anymore. Throttle forward. Climb just a little bit to get over that mountain. Throttle forward. Power was insufficient. Stabilized climbing continue. I've lost 5 degrees of heading, that's my bad, unacceptable. Once again I was too late on start climbing. Only my experience gave me such knowledge. When you look ahead you think, that's not too high. When you get closer you think, wow, that's too high, really too high. I should start climbing earlier. And maybe that's it. Technochat on. Transitioning to straightened level, minus 10% elevator trim, RPM down to 43%. Oh, that was wind. Radar minus 5% more, minus 5% more, minus 5% more. And then I'm losing altitude. I'm not quite familiar with I'm not quite familiar with such a great altitude flying. I'm quite late today, that's my usual mistake. Three hours should be enough. Call shutters close. Let her overheat a little bit. Beautiful mountains, enormous, huge mountains. I know my route is quite weird, but I like long-range missions. P-40 is capable of long-range missions. Maps are too tiny for those long-range missions, and mission creators and those guys who run servers, I would like to start on Hanskaya all the time and do targets somewhere here and maybe to the west, but they don't do such missions. So such a long flying, that's ridiculous, hilarious for them. They suffer while... Oh, that's by the way, turbulence is out on such a on 7,000 feet. Turbulence is dead. So beautiful without flying without turbulence. P-40 is absolutely stationary, absolutely calm, beautiful. I didn't do anything, and P-40's behavior just such a joy to fly P-40 on stabilized attitude. I didn't do anything. That's a That's how bad turbulence isn't developed right in this game. All real life pilots positive about that. Turbulence is bad. So I shouldn't climb anymore. Next step will be descending. So should I overheat my engine a little bit in order to... Okay, throttle back. And cowl shutters closed. Beautiful. No turbulence. That's why I like A20 missions, because usually on a high altitude there are no turbulence, but sometimes turbulence is there. 6.5 clicks altitude, 20,000 feet, and turbulence is still there. Unbelievable. That's Caucasus. That's Georgia, Abkhazia, maybe, I don't know. Georgia definitely. Well, you're not able to get to those mountains in this game. You will get your auto turn rubbish feature. I hate that. Developers team senior management person who made that auto turn decision, he is disrespectful for us players. And where is my Black Sea? I should see some water surface to start descending and not to hit any rocky mountain. That's the Black Sea. Yeah? No. No, that's not Black Sea over there. So my engine is overheating. So should I start? Should I turn and... Yeah, maybe I should turn. Let's turn 210. 210, and then I'll start my descending. I will increase RPM. That's nonsense in terms of real logic, but increase RPM, not to overheat my engine, and minus 10%. Close. At a minus 10% elevator trim, minus 10% more. She's lowering her nose. When she stops lowering her nose, minus 10% more, minus 10%, 5% more. Sorry. In case of P-40 with a bomb, with a heavy load, you should do minus 2-3%, and quite light P-40 you can afford yourself minus 5%. Technochat off, I don't need it anymore, and throttle back on maybe 14-15 inches manifold pressure. I've got no stabilized attitude. I could hit the... That's very dangerous. I was too early on starting my descending. That's very dangerous. I'm very sorry if I hit the surface, but nothing you can do with that. I'm very sorry if I hit the surface, if I hit some mountain. Maintain 210 magnetic heading. Attitude isn't stabilized. Maybe that's turbulence. Maybe that's me, my wrong power. Oh, I've panicked. That's a normal cloud panic. I've panicked. Panicking is one of the real-time killers when you're flying through the cloud. I panicked because I thought I see Okay, I'm over the water for now. I'm safely through. That was intense. That was really intense, and so where I am, is it Sochi or what? Looks like Sochi. Let's assume that Sochi and our ships. Let's turn right. Our ships should be somewhere there. Should open up my cowl flaps a little bit. Engine is quite hot. That was scary. I've panicked for some moment. I thought I can see the mountain ridge, the shape of a mountain. That was optical delusion. Okay, technochat on to transition into straight and level once again. shut off, throttle forward on 22.3 inches. 23 inches. I'm stabilized. Beautiful. Weather is quite hot today. For some reason 27 degrees centigrade. And you've got zero altitude over the sea surface and you still got that atrocious turbulence. That's great disrespect for players from developer side. Water surface is very bad, graphics is very bad, aerodynamics in terms of turbulence is very bad. You shouldn't have any turbulence over the water. And if you have some turbulence, that should be on some altitude. I've got zero altitude. I wouldn't mind if the turbulence would do this, but that turbulence gives me a wobbling up and down, so I go up and go down for no reason. No, that's too much. 22.6 is too much. 22.1.2 is gonna be enough. And I lost 5 degrees of heading. My bad. I shouldn't do that. Now I've got 40 feet altitude, that's beautiful, 13.5 meters, and just like I've said, 22.1.2 is not enough. atrocious turbulence on a low level. I got altitude 15 meters. How could it be so bumpy on such a low altitude? From where those vortexes? From water? How could it be so bumpy? You just need to have maybe 20-30 meters of altitude to feel those bumps. How could it be so bumpy on such a low altitude? Above the water is relatively cool. You should have turbulence over the surface, over the soil, over the land surface. You shouldn't have any turbulence. You shouldn't have too much turbulence over the water. I'm gonna hit those. I'm gonna see those allied ships on my 12 o'clock, I think. Look at that. That turbulence gives me ups and downs. So what is exactly that aerodynamic feature which makes my very heavy, very high-speed airplane goes up and down? The only thing I can imagine is some air mass which blows head to head to my airplane. So my real airspeed isn't let's say 90 meters per second. It varies, it oscillates from 85 to 95 meters per second. So that's why I am experiencing that climbing and descending oscillations. But from where such air masses comes from? I should open up my cowl shutters and add some power. Engines overheating. I'm not able to see any ships. That's a little bit concerning. I should be able to see friendly convoy. When you go low level, you're able to see ships in a very long range. You're able to see it. It's a little bit concerning. I'm not able to see those friendly surface vessels. And that's a low level, that's $20 feet, 30 feet altitude. That means 10 meters. Should jump a little bit because I've closed call shutters for a brief moment. Now I opened it. I have opened it once again. Well, to look back, it's it's really scary. If I do that on A20 or SBD Dauntless with on Combat Pilot, Jason Williams's and Carlos's Combat Pilot, it's really scary to do that low level for your tail gunner. Extremely scary. Okay, I think I should adjust power, give her more power. Okay, and open up call shutters a little bit more to compensate. I needed plus 2-3 tenths of inch. I've added 0.5, 0.4, 0.5, so it's too much, so I opened call shutters to compensate that excessive power. That's very concerning. I'm not able to see any ships. Very concerning. Atrocious turbulence. Shouldn't be so turbulent over the sea surface. Shouldn't be so turbulent on a low level. Hello developers, great disrespect. Sea surface should have roughness. You can see it's glossy. Sea surface is glossy. It shouldn't be glossy. It should have some roughness, so you would be able to assess the wind by that roughness. Another disrespect for us. And look at Korea, they will not have any different sea surface in Korea. And I can see our ships. Beautiful. Let's turn towards them. I'm quite positive that those are friendly ships. Let's salute our navy. Fly over those ships. And then maintain 300 heading. I know many people like destroying those ships on Finnish, but for me to suppress flak units and to strafe vehicles with my 50s is more substantial mission program, so I would like to do that instead of bombing those ships. I like it, but I've got no time really for another mission program evaluation. I've got already a 20 level bombing mission program on my hands, on my plate. I would dearly love to do another combat mission with on A20 today, but I probably will not have that any time for that. Beautiful. Salute our navy. I'm picking up the right timing for left 060 for left 60 degrees. Oh, 60 degrees turn. Okay, let's turn 300 and that's it. That convoy, not how you call it, not line astern convoy. That's more complicated formation of those ships. Let's not hit the surface. Navy would laugh at us. Let's assume we are Navy. Beautiful. So beautiful convoy, not realistic because those ships would have much more distances and intervals, but nevertheless good. And I had too much power. That was definitely, maybe that was this convoy. Yeah. 2 convoys and the ships. Beautiful, beautiful. Who knows? Okay. 23.0, 22.9 inches. 23.0 inches manifold pressure. Open up cowl shutters, let her lose altitude a little bit. Wind's gonna shift me left a little bit, just a little bit, so maybe I would be able to see these ships, those ships, that convoy. Well, 50 feet is too much, I would say. I would love to have 30 feet, 30 feet. And my P-40 is gonna lose that altitude because of cowl shutters fully opened. I just need time. I just need to wait for that. I'm positive I will not lose myself, I will not get lost. And I'm pretty positive when not too much enemies. I'm pretty positive when I start strafing, if I survive, if I destroy all those flak units, AAA units. When I start strafing, someone will show, some Messerschmitt will show, but I don't mind if I intact it, if I got no any damages. I would love to do aerial combat with 109 against 109. P-40 is good. We got SRS. I wouldn't dare to alt up my game because I will crash. So altitude is 50 feet still. Why is that? Open cowl shutters one more time. A little bit of sunshine. Where are those ships? Too much altitude, stupid turbulence gives me that climbing. And now it's less than 40 feet, that's good. 35 feet altitude is perfect. I lost 4 degrees of heading, my bad, but P-40 is beautiful. She gives you opportunity to do anything you want for a minute and a half, and she maintains heading plus minus 1 degree. I like it very much. No visual on any surface vessels, no visual. Engine cooled down itself very well. Now to look back, it's real scary. If I would be that SBD tail gunner, I would be scared. Of course, those SBDs, they were using high altitude route flying to save the fuel. But who cares? We can do anything in this game. In Combat Pilot we'll do anything we want. Let's hope that Combat Pilot physics will not be another War Thunder. I never played World of Tanks, War Thunder, all those games. I don't need any disrespect for those of you who play those games, but for me personally, I never played those games. I really hope Combat Pilot will not be big step back from great battles. I'm almost 100% sure some steps backwards will be made. So Combat Pilot will not have such complicated physics as this game gives you. No visual on any surface vessels. No visual. Why is that? I've lost 5 degrees of heading. Unacceptable. My bad, my mistake. I must say, yesterday I did another diplomacy stream. That's medics gameplay on squad game. And Friday diplomacy was good. A lot of good players, good gameplay. I'm really sorry I couldn't stay late and do 6 hours game. I did only 3 hours. I would love to do another stream on Sunday morning, on Sunday afternoon. Eastern time, of course. Okay, and now altitude is less than 40 feet. Beautiful. That's my target altitude, and still no visual on those ships. No visual at all. Look how empty Finnish server is. That was the best populated server of all times. Thank you, developers, for putting Wings of Liberty up, and I don't think that was the main reason. The main reason was too much players left, so not too much players in great battles, either two great battles. Multiplayer for now. During last 2 years, a lot of players stopped playing. Game should have more organization and preparation options, more evaluation, development, so that ugly statistics isn't good enough. So you should be able to create your own mission, to form up your own group, to set up your aims, targets for your group, to organize your gameplay without starting your own server. So without that, gameplay is very, very ugly, primitive, stupid sometimes. No wonder why people lose their interest, lose the positive emotions in this game, GJ4. So where am I? I would say I'm somewhere here, still somewhere here. I'm flying. Oh, once again I've lost 5 degrees of heading. Too much mistakes. I wouldn't be a great group leader. So I'm flying from Abkhazia to Tamань, Anapa and back. Well, Khanskaya isn't Abkhazia, that's Adygea, Russian region. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. My cop is Adygea, probably. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. For beautiful people who lives there, very strong, very healthy people live there, Russian people. Yeah, probably my cop is Adygea, Russian region. From Adygea through Abkhazia to Tamань, that's quite a journey. So I like those long range foot flying, just because everything I do is filled with skills, with necessity to maintain, control your airplane, and that's convenient for me. I do not press any auto level button. My airplane is stabilized like in real life pilots, P-40 pilots did. Not only P-40, all others also. When you see experienced guys flying close formation, you see airplanes wobbling up and down, left to right, forward and backwards. And you see documentary, and you see those airplanes are almost like stationary. They very calm, very steady. That's because real life pilots, they use stabilized attitudes of flying, and players are not able to use them because players hate to fly slow. They will die if they will not fly highest possible airspeed without damaging the engines, because that route flying is very, very boring for them. And I really enjoy that route flying. This is bunch of surface vessels. This is Kriegsmarine destroyers. I know where I am. I am probably somewhere here. 2117. 2117 or about something about that. 2118 maybe. Beautiful. That's not friendly. So Russian fleet vessels. I can see by the silhouettes. Those are Kriegsmarine vessels. Beautiful. I've been looking for them, and now I've got them. So another 10 minutes of flying 300, and then I will turn right on 000 heading. And I will hit Anapa probably. Another maybe 5 minutes of not able to see them anymore. Not able to see them. I like my realistic visibility. You shouldn't be able to see very far. That's realism. And I should close cowl flaps, because once again staged mass balance shift occurred, change occurred, and my P-40 lowered her nose just a tiny bit, very tiny pitch angle, and that's why I need just a fraction more airspeed. To maintain stabilized straight and level flight. In order to maintain that stabilized attitude, and that stabilized attitude gives me a lot of time, spare time, and spares my attention from controlling my airplane all the time. And even without controlling my airplane all the time, I maintain beautiful 300 plus minus 1 degree heading and 0 vertical speed. Turn right. It's a 60 degrees right turn in case of spread line abreast formation with 3 airspeed intervals. It would be 5 seconds delay turn, and after completing this turn we would maintain the same spread line abreast formation, but we would swap places. And I've got too much excessive airspeed. I will approach the land surface a little bit and then start climbing. I hope those clouds will allow me to climb 3,000 feet. Yes, they will allow. They about. No, actually, they will not allow me. They will not allow me 3,000 feet. That's gonna be a problem. Okay. Let's climb. Plus 5% elevator trim. RPM up to 72. Plus 5% more. Atrocious turbulence. I hate it. Plus 5% more. Plus 5% more. And 5% more. 5% more technichat off, I don't need it anymore. And throttle forward on 29 inches or something like that. I will climb, I think, 2300 feet. Maybe 2500 feet, and I will then I will do transition into straight and level, because those clouds will not allow me to climb my 3000 feet altitude, which is standard for flak unit suppression standard operational procedure. Before it is stabilized, I adjust power a little bit. Once again, I lost 5 degrees of heading. Actually, I probably will be able to climb more. No? No. Technochat on. I'm ready to do transition into straight and level. Okay. 2,500 feet is already not too bad. Okay, transition into straight and level, minus 10%. Elevator trim, RPM down to 43. Aileron 1 on right wing, 82. Rudder trim minus 5%, elevator trim and minus 5% more. Watch your heading. Don't let her pitch her nose up, minus 5% more. Wait, 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 wait. Wait until she pitches her nose up and minus 5% more. Check the chat off, I don't need it anymore. Wait a little bit more and throttle backwards. Retard the throttle a little bit. Okay, that's 3/4 cowl shutters open, and I will not change it. It's gonna be very, very hot. Engine's gonna be very hot. I could climb a little bit more. But that's okay. And what can I say? I'm somewhere here. I should turn right maybe. Let's wait and see. I don't need to get to this temporary airfield. But I'm expecting that GJ4 volunteer to dogfight against me. I don't mind, I only want to be intact without any damages from flak units. I should adjust power 23.5, 23.0 I think. Yeah, 23.1 is gonna be good. I'm still on my route flying somewhere. Here I will turn right. This is a sea surface. How do you like it? As for me, that's ugly. For 2014, 2017, when they gave us that surface, very ugly, glossy. Should have some roughness, that surface. Really ugly. If you see Jason Williams, please don't do that in combat pilot. Sea surface should be photorealistic in 2024 for sure. In 2017 it should be photorealistic, but in 2024 that's for sure should be much better than this. Much better. Really ugly. In old Il-2 1946 sea surface was maybe better, definitely better than in Il-2 Great Battles. Great disrespect. Il-2 great disrespect for us customers, for players. not only great battles but great disrespect for us players. They consider, that's a aviation simulator, why should we do that? Surface, sea surface, they will buy it anyway. Yes, they are right, some people will buy it anyway. But you should have respect for your customers. You shouldn't do that. Look at that sea surface, really ugly. Look at that horizon. Look at this. That's looks like Sonic game 1993. Really ugly. So, okay. I am somewhere here. Axis bomber air start is above me. Should I turn right already or should I wait? I'll wait a little bit longer. This, I can see this beachhead. This beachhead is very good terrain feature for me, and I will turn 060. Yeah, let's turn right now. I turned 060, that's gonna be my approach. Then I turn 330 and brake right to 060, diving in AAA suppression pattern, standard technique. I'll do that. The main goal is to survive that AAA suppression procedure, not to be hit. Throttle back. Okay, it's fine. When I get to the shoreline, I will switch to combat mode. Switching to combat mode will require cold shutters on 3/4 open, done. RPM 72% or 2600, a little bit more than 2600 will be down. Manifold pressure to 30 inches will be down, and elevator trim to 25%, 1/4, and rudder trim a little bit to 90, maybe to 9. A little bit to the left. I know this area I know very well. Some 16 maybe years ago I've been hunting on very old Russian Carbina server. I've been hunting German Ju-88 bombers on P-39N. I used that Cobra airplane to hunt those German level bombing guys. They were very good, and I was a little bit cruel for them, but that's dogfight server. What can you do with that? they had an airfield somewhere here, and I've been going somewhere here and looking for those takeoffs, waiting until they climb, and okay, transition into combat mode. RPM 72%. 30 inches. Elevator trim down to 25. Okay, all set. .060, and let's turn left. That's a 45 degrees bank angle turn. I've changed my track IR settings a little bit. For route flying I use one settings, for combat another. I can see that road, and I will be able to see that warehouse rear depot. No, I will not, I'm too far from that. Well, I don't mind. I don't mind if I'm too far. I don't mind. It's gonna be more time to gain airspeed. I don't mind. I can see my target. And let's brake right, brake right, brake right, brake right. That's not a turn, that's braking right. You brake formation. Do that in 5 seconds delay if you not single airplane. If you do not fly alone, fly in group, and that gives you vital distances, so each next group member could see the situation ahead, could see which flak unit was suppressed or not. I would say that would be extremely hard, because those flak units will be inside those trees, and I've got not enough altitude. They will open up on me any second, and I'm not able to see those flak units. That will be extremely hard. I'm not able to see them. I hate it already. Oh, flak units inside those trees, or what? How should I deal with that flak unit? How should I deal with that flak unit if that flak AAA is inside those trees? Maybe should I deal with some enemy fighter first? And I forget to switch to auto reach. That was my bad. Should I deal with enemy fighter first? Because I will not be able to do anything with that flak unit. No visual on enemy fighter, and I would say I should proceed with my AAA suppression. Oh, that's gonna be extremely hard. I should watch my 6 constantly. Okay, enemy player is somewhere far from me. Let's try and do that flak unit. Natuhaevskaya, I'm over Natuhaevskaya. I should climb more to gain more airspeed in my approach, in my strafing pass. But I'm really struggling with finding out that flak unit. If that flak unit is inside the trees, that's gonna be very bad for me. Okay. Let's go. I'm diving. Altitude is insufficient once again. Not able to see flak unit. Not able to see. I can see one. I can see one. I can see another. Ah! I've almost collided with that very I didn't hit any target, but I saw where that flak unit is. I must say I'm very rusty. I should practice more. Once again, evasive maneuvering, egress, then regroup, then climb, then try once again. I hope that was 88. Okay, climb. Maintain 1000 feet per minute vertical speed while climbing, while turning. Turn with 15 degrees bank angle. For better climbing. It's gonna be extremely hard. It's gonna be extremely hard for me to destroy that flak unit, and I've got no time. I was too late, and I've got no fuel. Pull up a little bit, pull up. 1000 feet per minute vertical speed. Not to overheat your engine, but in order to gain some altitude for next approach, next attempt. It is going to be 240 base heading for AAA suppression pattern. Okay, I've got good sufficient altitude. That's already a good thing. And let's try and do that flak unit. Now I know where it is. Airspeed is a key. Oh no, oh no, that flak unit is once again city located. Very unfortunate location. I should change my approach heading. That's gonna be pain and suffering, once again pain and suffering. everything I'm struggling right now is the ugly, unrealistic games features. You would never place your flak unit on the forest border. Never. You would have some open field and the flak unit on that open field. This is such a stupid thing. Those flak units, they were in Il2 Forgotten Battles. Flak units were much better. They were real danger. They were dangerous for us. They were smart. You could predict the behavior, do something against to dump those flak units. It was interesting game. In this game they did flak units, but they didn't do them well. Everything is very disrespectful for us players, very disrespectful. I know I will maybe suffer a failure right now. I will not be successful. That's my fault. I should be more trained, better trained. I should have better skills, but that's not what I'm talking about. Where is it? That flak unit is right beneath the trees, right under the tree. Such an ugly game, such an ugly game. Did I destroy it? Did I destroy it? No, no, I didn't destroy it. So what should I do? I should approach at a lower speed, and then that flak unit will destroy me. Yes, I did destroy it. Where is another flak unit? Let's maintain airspeed and try and destroy another flak unit. I can see another. It should be only two of those flak units. That's an 88. An 88 destroyed. So nothing else. Okay, 240 heading, base heading. I will do my target altitude is 400 feet, and let's start our strafing pattern. No, not 240. It's actually 180. 180 plus 185. That's 330. My jump heading will be 330. So I turn to 330 and start climbing. I ain't got too much time, I ain't got too much fuel. Very low fuel, that's very bad. Huh, okay. We got no Bailey tanks, thank you developers. We should have Bailey tanks. Okay, climbing. Climb 1000 feet or 1000 feet above the target. Maintain 2500 3000 feet per minute vertical speed. That I can remember. And then turn left. Turn left, adjust your elevator trim like this. Watch your 6. And your base heading is 180. Level up. I didn't watch my airspeed, that was my bad. Huh, by the way, I will not be able to climb too much. Those clouds will prevent me from climbing too much. Okay. And dive. Oh, that's a good approach. Good approach. A lot of units over there. Let's try and do something with those Opel Blitz trucks. Terrible turbulence. Terrible turbulence. Terrible turbulence. I remember more than 10 years ago on Tuman Missия, the fog of war in Russian. I used to do those strafing on P-40 in not a flat surface conditions. That was challenging. That was Crimea map. Now we are on Tamine. Beautiful. I would dearly love to spend an hour and a half in strafing, but I've got no fuel for that. I've got no time for that. I will do about 6 or 7 rounds, and I'm gonna need to return to base. I hate the turbulence. Hate the turbulence. Turn left. Adjust elevator trim. Okay, I can see already I need a 1/4 shift, and I will do that 1/4 shift. Airspeed is okay, climbing. I should do very steep dives, because that helps with turbulent weather, really helps. So I should need base shifting a little bit, and pull up, 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 and dive. Good. Strafing pass. That was a hit. That was a decent hit. Of course, that wasn't a splash. I didn't catch that Opel Blitz into a convergence distance, but with such atrocious conditions with your with turbulence, that when group actions accounts, that when your group action is crucial, because each member of your group could get very short burst, very not too much damage on the target, but 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 members of the group will tear that Opel-Blitz to pieces, or maybe that's Japanese tank or German tank Panzer with some other armament, or maybe even with 50s. Some early war Panzers could be damaged with the 50s, and even Tigers or Panthers I think could suffer very heavy damages from 50s. So when you're able to strafe the same target as a group, that's crucial. In order to be able to strafe in circle, you need to do rejoin after takeoff, formation flying, and many other things, simple things, and then you will be able to do combat in group. The entire group, inseparable. Okay, another. Another Opel-Blitz. That was dangerous, unnecessary. I should do something with my discipline. I shouldn't be too late on only 1 hour and a half time left. Oh, I destroyed that vehicle. Okay, I do 2 or 3 rounds more, and then I will return to base. Anyway, if I would do that enemy convoy, vehicle convoy, or some other target strafing in group, which I would like to do, we anyway would get only 5-6 rounds, 5-6 attempts each of us, and turn left. I'm happy to use my standard operational procedure for that circle and strafing. That's great fun to perform that circle and strafing, because I've got some technique. I don't have to watch target all the time. I just know the heading where I should start climbing, and I do standard climbing procedure and standard approach, quite steep approaches are there for me. This strafing pass will be very shallow. I don't mind. I'm gonna do that last Opel-Blitz. That was very bad gunnery, very bad gunnery. I do not practice. I watched my YouTube history. I did only 2 practices for whole summer, and only 1 combat mission successful was during the whole summer. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's once a month. That's too little. Like we say it in Russian, too good but too little. And I watch my 6 constantly. I use low level, profile, turning, climbing. Watch your vertical speed from 2500 feet to 3000 feet. Constantly work with your elevator trim in order to maintain that vertical speed. Too much vertical speed, what I don't mind. If you've got too much vertical speed, that's effective base shifting, so you get yourself closer to objective. I need that base shifting because my last approach was too shallow. If you need shallower approach, you need 2/4 shifting on opposite heading. Base heading is my attack heading. 180, 1/4 shifting, shift you to the left, 3/4 shifting, shift you to the right. So by those standard shifts, you are able to set up your strafing. That's too close. That's too close. That's too close, but I don't mind. That was another bad gunnery. Another example of bad gunnery. But as you can see, I do not practice at all. I should practice with A20 also. I will not have any time. Maybe very late in the evening I will be able to do something. Because today you wouldn't believe that in almost 3 hours time I will do dogfighting, one-on-one dueling, if they show with SG2 air-to-air fighters instructors. You wouldn't believe that. Oh. That Wolfert SG2 JU-87 divers group, I like them very much. I always watch the streams. I respect almost all of their members, but I do not respect, let's say, the leadership, because they've got any techniques, any strategies, any tactics for comfortable and decent formation flying, any break patterns before attacking the point, no any break patterns before landing, no any rejoin patterns. So group leader doesn't do anything for the group well-being. Yes, he organizes everything. I'm not, we don't know each other, we didn't speak, but really I do not respect such situations. And lately I've find out there are some fighter pilots instructors in SG2, so I would dearly love to do some one-on-one aerial combat with them. It will be a good practice if they show. I'm not sure they will show. very unsafe, very dangerous, and I must say I should disengage and go home. Okay, heading 000. Yes, 030 maybe. On heading 030 I will do transition into stabilized straight and level. Okay, transition into stabilized straight and level. In normal situation you would have transition from circling into close formation, but of course you can see in my case I should have the Bailey tank for that, because I just love long range missions, and this long range mission was very long range. I'm happy. I've completed AAA suppression and I did combat strafing. I'm happy. Thank you Finnish server, Finnish virtual pilot server, the best server of all times. Thank you for that. Okay, auto-lean mixture and egress, return to base. I would dearly love to complete that route line and find myself over Hanskaya doing overhead brake pattern and landing. I just love it. And you know what? I will not be able to do that northern hook. I will not have enough fuel and enough time for that. So I turn back home immediately. My gunnery wasn't any good. Not too bad, I must say, but could be better. So 060, I should... no, I definitely should turn left. I should get on Krimskaya and... yes, I should get on Krimskaya. I should get myself to Krimskaya, do low level route flying to the north from Abinskaya and to the south from rear depot, so to get me safely home, back home. That P-40 strafing missions is my main combat mission program. I like it very much. Well, I understand I probably will never ever play like I wanted in a big group, because no one will do that training I've passed for many years, and I've got any informational materials, no text, no video to describe what you should do. So I understand I will not fly like I should fly in group, because this miserable community is too small and not too much players to find some dedicated guys, strong and patient, and who would be able to complete that operational readiness training program. So, but anyway, I would like to do those missions alone, because that technique is very, very great fun. I think I know where I am. I'm 1020.4. That's okay with me. Krymskaya will be on my 1 o'clock, and Krymskaya airfield will be on my 1 o'clock. I will do low level, return to base, route flying. Now I should jump a little bit, maybe. No. That Krymskaya is also very familiar territory for me, not from the real life. I've never been there. I was in Chechnya more than 20 years ago, but in Krymskaya I've never been to Krymskaya, but on that's Moldovanskaya, and Krymskaya will be, I'm somewhere here right now. No, that's Благодарный. That's Благодарный. That's not Moldovanskaya, that's Благодарный. Благодарный has got the road. Perfect. This navigation, this finding where you are, not getting yourself lost when flying low level, that could be crucial for your group efficiency, your team efficiency, more realistic gameplay. Our gameplay is very ugly, unrealistic, so very soon I will cross river and railroad, and I will see railroad bridge, and now I can see Krymskaya airfield to my 3 o'clock, and Krymskaya itself, not able to see it. Very ugly landscape, very ugly. Once again, disrespect for us players. Il2 great disrespect. Great battles, yes, great battles, but great disrespect, and very soon I will see. That's Chernomorsky I can see, and then it will be river, and to my right I will be able to see railroad bridge. I use stabilized attitude. I should stabilize my P-40. I know where I am, and I will be. You shouldn't be able to see that river so far. You shouldn't be able. That's you're never able to see river so far. That's because our landscape is ugly, flat. River is too thick. River shouldn't be so thick. River should have very high shores, so you will not be able to see that river from some range. You will be able to see that river only flying over that river. That's a very big complications in compared to our gameplay, when you can see the river from far distance, even on low level. That's not the case in real life. And my next terrain feature will be river Ахтыра. And then after Ахтыра I will see those lakes, numerous lakes. I'm quite far away from my base, but I like it. I like long range missions. P-40 in realistic gameplay, P-40 could be crucial to finding, scouting, ambushing and marauding enemy logistics, vehicles, convoys, trucks, Opit Blitz convoys in the first place. Most of all, P-40 is the best choice for that. Very long range, very capable 50s armament, very capable. Can do even, in real life, could do even early war German panzers, and could harm even Tiger late war panzers. Not destroy, but harm with those 50s. So hunt for enemy supply routes, convoys, individual trucks. That could be beautiful gameplay, but I'm sure we will not have that gameplay even in Combat Pilot. When I read what people write on Combat Pilot Discord, they discussing if aircraft should be closer or should be on a realistic distance ranges, or maybe should be air spawn or shouldn't. That's so stupid, guys, so stupid. You should have all the options free to choose for any user, all the options, and players will set up their own gameplay to their likings. They shouldn't depend from developers, shouldn't depend from mission creator, shouldn't depend from server's master. So any player should be able to spawn, to get that air spawn and to play some close range missions like Berloga missions, or you should be able to play long range missions, but you should add and develop undeveloped now undeveloped in present moment evaluation part of the game. So statistics shouldn't be so ugly and stupid. Just imagine if you got football game, one team isn't on the field and another team take a score and that score counts. But that's so stupid. Without opposition, that counts. And after that, rival team gets to the field, they start normal football game, beautiful and complicated, and some team gets score or goal, and that goal counts just like a goal without opposition. You would say that's a madness, you're crazy, you lost your mind. Yes, I'm not crazy, I'm not lost, I'm not losing my mind. That's how gameplay in Ил2 Штурмовик organized for last 20 years. That's such an ugly, miserable gameplay. Very tiny pond or some dump, and I see some road. Which road is it? Yes, I can see that's 10224 road. I'm somewhere here. I can see those numerous small ponds, small lakes on my 12, on my 1 o'clock. So developers should give us the widest range of options in setting up our own gameplay. They should organize evaluation or assessment in statistics for that. So if someone wants to use auto level, auto climb, unrealistic taxiing physics, unrealistic engine management physics, they should have that opportunity, that option. But if you don't want to play with them in the same group with them, and if you don't want them to engage you as a enemy, you should be able to restrict them from your gameplay. You should be able to set up some group of players which you will be play with or against, and other players will not be available. You will not be available for them. They will not be. They will not have possibility to engage your target. You should have ability to set up your own target for your own mission. So you shouldn't restrict players. You should give them wide range of options and set up evaluation part, assessment part, like statistics, to assess the game, the actions. So my next terrain feature will be some river and Krasnodar on my left. And right next to Krasnodar, when I cross this river, I will watch for railroad, and when I cross railroad, I should turn 15 degrees right. My new heading is gonna be 015, not to hit this airfield and those panzers. They got flak units also, I don't need any troubles. I just need to get home. I understand with that ugly gameplay we've got, someone would say you've been flying 3 hours and you've got only 4 units. I don't care if I got 0 units. And by the way, I would say, maybe I will surprise you, you don't care about those units. The only thing each of us cares is good gaming, positive emotions from the game. If you're too concerned with your statistics, you will have that statistics, but you will notice any statistic with a time passing by, any statistics becomes irrelevant for you. So you get good result, but you still don't get any good feeling from that result. You become bored with everything. You need something new. You need something to reignite your motivation, your positive emotions. With my way of flying, even knowing I'm flying alone all the time, with my way of flying, you will never ever lose your motivation. You will never ever lose positive emotions. I'm very happy with that mission. I would dearly love to have more realistic landscape, so my navigation wouldn't be so easy. I would dearly love to work with a pencil, with a map right now, to work with a stop, go watch, to control my timing. For example, now I'm somewhere here, I should be able to set up. I know my timing. I've got watch, those clock watch, and I should be able to write down the timing where I passed that river, and I should be able to write down the timing when I will pass that railroad. And you would be able to do that even flying information, flying low level, which is dangerous when you use stabilized attitude flying. But most of the players, almost every player, wouldn't be able to fly like that, because route flying is immense boredom for them. They do not have anything to enjoy in that route flying, so that's normal, that's healthy for them. I do not criticize. I quite opposite. I say it's normal, that's healthy to minimize that route flying. So they use the highest possible engine settings, only not to destroy the engine, not to overheat the engine. So those higher speeds, air speeds, they do not allow you to stabilize your airplane, to pick up some constant pitch angle, some constant elevator trim value, and maintain level flight in that pitch angle. So when you fly too fast, okay, I've missed that railroad. That's my bad. And that's Krasnodar southern suburbs. I turn right on 120. I'm too close to Krasnodar. I was indiscreet. I missed that railroad. So I will now you can dive a little bit. You can dive a little bit, because beautiful surface, very flat, no tree lines, and then I will turn left to 105. For that turn I use 3-4 degrees bank angle. This turn has got very big radius, large turn radius, in order to maintain a spread abreast formation.
spread line abreast formation. Of course I fly alone, but if you fly 2 aircraft, 3, 4, you should be able to maintain that formation, because this is the best way to control your 6, and you should be able to do turns without losing that formation. That's a low level, beautiful low level. Let's jump plus 5 inches, pull up. When you're pulling up, you should lose airspeed, but when you add power, you should gain airspeed. If you do that simultaneously, you can do it in such a precise manner, so you maintain constant airspeed disregarding your climbing, even while climbing. So airspeed is a key for stabilized attitude flying. That's why I use such technique of jumping or diving. That's not actually climbing or descending. That's very short climbing, very short descending. I add some power and pull up, and decrease some power and push stick forward. So when T-junction, very convenient road junction, that's 01030.1. I know exactly where I am. Beautiful, beautiful. And that road will lead me to my territory. Beautiful. I just love Finnish server for such a great 5 hours missions, which allow you to performing realistic long range missions. That's great fun for me. I've almost collided with that treetop, and we hear intercom when tank driver complaining to tank commander that he's got engine malfunction. That's unbelievable ugliness for me. Great disrespect for us players. But someone in developers team senior management managed to take that decision and to give us such an ugly, unrealistic voices in our radio. This is nuts. This is not good. I'm really looking forward for that combat pilot aviasim. I really hope Carlos and Jason will do proper gameplay. Unrealistic for those who want that, and realistic for those who want realistic. So I'm 1131.7.8. Понижукай will be on my 1 o'clock. If you get yourself in some restaurant, you can order something for you from quite a wide range of options. No one decides that all customers should eat the same. That's such a stupid. Why we were always able to pick sides, why we were always able to pick our different airplanes. We should be able to pick our own gameplay settings also.
Okay, now I am 1131.9.6. Понижукай will be on my 12. I know exactly where I am. That's a very good thing when you see some group leader who not only flying 200 meters able to see everything around him, and he gets lost, and his wingman or his group members who suffering with maintaining heading because that group leader is incompetent. He's not able to maintain heading, he's not able to maintain vertical speed, he's wobbling up and down, left and right. And those guys who struggling maintaining formation, they advise that group leader where he is. That group leader leads them to wrong place when trying to find a ground target. That group leader leads the group to wrong airfield. We got almost perfect visibility all the time. Just imagine real life visibility on servers. You fly over here is clear, over here is cloudy. Here we will face some rain cells. So how would you be able, how could you be able to navigate in such conditions? You should always know where you are. You should always know where you are. And when you see experienced good players and they just not able to fly like that, to know where they are, to perform good navigation, that's very sad. Why not play in Finnish server? Finnish server is great in that practice, in that training. They play Wings of Liberty with that ugly airplane marker on the map. That's very sad. That's one additional indication of miserable community which doesn't get enough positive emotions in this game. This game is dying. This genre is dead genre. Actually, I'm not a dead genre community member. I'm a live genre community member. This game will never die for me. I know I'm not the only one. There are other players who love that game and will play without losing their motivation. Not too much of us, but we're still there and we will maintain. Okay, my next terrain feature will be this river and Brzedukhovskaya. I should dive a little bit. Great mission, I'm very glad. I'm looking forward for good overhead brake pattern and great landing. And by the way, let's calculate wind shift adjustments on overhead brake pattern. I remember, so I should add three seconds on 1/4, I think. I will add 3 seconds on 1/4, and I will add barely 1 second on 2/4 shift. So that shouldn't be too complicated for me. I must say I don't know where I am right now. Maybe I'm next to Dzhedokhovskaya. Can I see any roads? Oh, I can see a bridge. I know exactly where I am. I am 1134.1.1234.8. That's where I am. That's a beautiful navigation. I will see another T-junction, road T-junction on my 12th maybe. No. Where is it? On my right maybe. Yes, I should see that T-junction on my right. Not able to see it. Yes, I see it. Beautiful. That's that T-junction was some road T-junction you would be able to see like in real life. So road T-junctions and those trees are good in okay, let's turn left. Let's turn left. Let's draw my approach straight. I should get myself into this area. Oh. Maybe that was too much. That was too much. Too much power, too much turning. I should get myself into this area, having yes, that wasn't too much. Having heading perpendicular to 220. That's 040 heading, but I will need two opposite heading 220. So now I don't dare to use the map. I will crash, because I will crash. I just don't dare to use the map. Map is ugly. Another disrespect for us players. This map should be picture in picture, how you call it in English, in the corner of your screen. So I should climb and turn, climb towards that river. Okay, let's maintain low level flying a little bit longer. And anyway, you should climb plus 5% elevator trim, RPM up to 72%, aileron trim to neutral plus 5% more, rudder trim to 35 plus 5% more. Too much, but that's not me, that's turbulence, plus 5% more, plus 5% more, and plus 5% more. Technochat off, I don't need it anymore. Throttle forward to 29 inches. I've lost 5 degrees of heading, my bad. And I should climb 21, no, I've got, yes, 2200 feet. I've got 5, yes, 2200 feet I should climb, because my airfield is 560, 570 feet altitude itself. And I can see that river. I am somewhere here. Very soon I will start turning right. I should be able to see this railroad and this tiny forest. And this is the area of overhead brake pattern initial point approach straight entry area. Very long name. This is overhead brake pattern initial point. This is overhead brake pattern initial point approach straight. And this is overhead brake pattern initial point approach straight entering area. On P-40 you should enter that area with heading perpendicular to your approach straight, and on A-20 or some other airplane you should enter that area with heading not perpendicular to that to your approach straight, but 30-45 degrees to your approach straight, because every group turn on A-20 is 3-4 degrees bank angle turn, and you will not be able to do that 90 degrees turn in a very short area, in very small area. So that will be inconvenient. You will not be able to assess, to pick up the right moment to start that turn, because your turn radius is huge, 15 plus clicks. Now I turn right into 130 heading. Terrible turbulence, I must say. 130 level up. Take a shot off, I don't need it anymore. How about mine? Okay, now I'm not able to see Hanskaya, but I will be able to see that railroad and this forest and this forest. Where is that forest? Elongated. That sounds like a problem for me. I'm not able to see anything. Well, visibility issues is a good realistic feature. I don't mind. Well, I will not miss that railroad. That railroad I will be able to see, and this is perfect. Just when you cross that railroad, you should start your right turn, and you will find yourself on that approach straight. Do right 90 degrees turn, and you will find yourself, after completing this turn, you will find yourself on that approach straight. Beautiful. That's beautiful for me. That's another reason why I just love Hanskaya. Once again, that's irrelevant for my sortie, because I fly alone. But in case of group flying, you would need to maintain a spread line abreast formation all the time, because enemy hunters will hunt you on your territory. I can see some forest, this forest, that forest, or which forest it is, and I can see that railroad. Beautiful. Where is that railroad bending? Where is that railroad turning? Can I see any railroad turning? Can I see it? No. Actually, I can. I'm over there. Actually, I can turn right. I'm too late on turning. Beautiful. Even in this type of landscape, I was able to know where I am and I was able to maintain constant vertical speed and constant heading in case for that's important for group leader skills, group leader performance. That's very important. But I've lost some altitude. I should gain some altitude. I'm too low. I'm too low. I'm too low, and I should shift right. I should shift right. Yes, this time, that's quite rare occasion for me. This time I've got myself on that approach straight with a very big mistake. So I'm shifting right. I will turn 30 degrees right. Wait a little bit. And then turn left. Okay. Altitude is enough. I'm not tired at all, but my piloting becomes more and more scruffy. That's not good. You should practice more to avoid that. You should do everything for comfortable group flying. Okay, let's turn left. I will not lie, I'm not able to see my airfield. That's because I'm too far from airfield, and that turbulence is atrocious. I hate it. Not able to see my Hanskaya airfield. Not able to see anything. Where is Belorechenskaya? Oh, I can see. That's beautiful. But that's not 220. That's beautiful. That's what I call experienced player. No incompetence at all. You can see, I don't know if it's possible to see on the stream, or maybe that's not. No, that's not my airfield. Where's my airfield? Oh, my airfield is to the... My airfield is much... What's wrong? I saw not that bending, I saw this bending. That's the second time I do that mistake on A20 mission, on some A20 mission. I did the same mistake, I think. That's unacceptable. I did the same mistakes 2 times in a row. That's why I like Hanskaya. I need to play Hanskaya more when it's Kuban map. I will always use Hanskaya to land. I've missed I thought I see this bending, and that was this bending. That landscape inconvenient. My bad, very big mistake. Very big mistake. Atrocious turbulence. "25 minutes left. Not ideal. But let's hope I will get on 220 when I complete this turn. I'm not getting I'm not getting, very bad. Very bad. I should break my standard turning procedure. Very bad. Sorry for that. Really sorry. I've been looking forward for that normal approach, normal overhead brake pattern. Really sorry for that. And 220 start my overhead brake pattern. Started it in 40 seconds. Quite rare mistake from me, but visibility. I should practice more. Quite rare mistake. I should practice more, but now I found good target on Finnish server. Let's hope they will not stop Finnish server ever. They will proceed on Finnish Gulf map, upcoming map, which is great. Okay, 040 I level up and wait once again. Wait 11 seconds. I forgot to do one quarter shifting, that's my bad. I forgot to do that. Okay, 040, let's wait 12 seconds. I started in 18 seconds. 30 seconds proceed with left turning. Technochat on. Where's my landing strip? Looks quite well. I'm not too far, not too close. I would say ideal. Altitude is ideal, maybe too low, a little bit low. And let's do that when it's 310. I will start transitioning into wheels down, flaps down, stabilized landing. Level up, wheels down, throttle back and forward a little bit, RPM up to maximum, turn left, elevator trim to 90%, pull up, rudder 12%, aileron 12%, rudder 22, pull up, not let her lose altitude, and flaps down, nose down, throttle forward. I had insufficient power, too low power, I'm stabilized. I would say I'm too low. Maybe not. In the initial phase of that transitioning, I've retarded the throttle and moved the throttle forward a little bit. I should move it a little bit more. I'm too low. Maybe not. Beautiful approach. Cross 2 meters crosswind approach. I wasn't too low. I was okay. Okay, wheels down, flaps down. I didn't extract full flaps. Let's make it. Good touchdown. No, the best touchdown. Let's make it without circling. I apply brakes very shortly, very short brakes applying, very short, because that crosswind is my headache. Okay, beautiful, beautiful landing run. Let's the next step is high-speed taxiing, S-turning taxiing to clear the runway, but I'm already on the runway threshold. Unfortunate. Not this Kuban map has got not very elongated, landing strips, turn right, trims to neutral, and normal taxiing speed, S-turning while taxiing. Beautiful mission, I'm very happy with that mission. Maybe in 2 weeks time I will be able to repeat. Next weekend P-40 will not be available on Finnish. Anyway, I've got a lot of A20 combat missions practice on my plate, but P-40 is my main airplane. I love it. Beautiful. P-51B is great, but P-51B has got much easier taxiing handling. P-51B hasn't got stabilized wheels down, flaps down descending attitude. You should pull up all the time. In P-40 on A20 you can lose your stick only with your trims. She descends stabilized and standard descending. You saw that just right now. It was standard descending. I've got myself right on landing strip threshold, so I've got no any mistakes with very late touchdown, very long touchdown, very short touchdown. I've got no undershooting or overshooting on landing, and airplane behavior is almost standard all the time, which is good for your touchdowns. Once again, in more realistic gameplay, more realistic evaluation or assessment part of the game, it would count all your engine mileages, all your heavy crash landings or bad landings. So someday you will do normal landing and your wheels will crack, undercarriage will fail, and you will have problems because of that. So realistic gameplay would give us all of that. We got realistic dogfighting, aerial combat. So look at aerial combat. Players do that aerial combat 100% realistically, even more realistic, in more realistic way than real life pilots can do, because it's all because dogfight, aerial combat is spared from those ugly unrealistic features which you will find even in Strafing, in other parts of the game. You just, if you develop the new combat pilot simulator, you just need to spare the game from that ugly and unrealistic features, and by the same time you should give players wide range of options to set up realism by their likings, and they should be able to play all together. For example, now I do realistic taxing as turning, so right next to me should be a guy who switched to unrealistic physics, and he shouldn't apply such skills for realistic taxiing. He should be able to take off across the field, but he should get less credit for that. So let people play like they want, just give them just assess accordingly to the setups, but do not restrict players from some Berloga type gameplay. Do not do only Berloga gameplay. Some players would like to fly lone missions. For example, this Finnish server gives me such an opportunity. When it was historical air war on Stalingrad map, that guy who ran historical air war, server's master, he considers Bekitovka should be background Soviet Air Force airfield, and Plesovsky should be German back airfield. So some players consider Kulkin should be, or Stupina should be back Soviet Air Force airfield, and Katsinskaya should be German airfield, the most western German airfield, and the same goes to the ground targets. So some guys would love to have very long mission and to get more credit for that long mission. Some guys would love to have short missions, 15-20 minutes missions. So all players should be able to set up their own gameplay by their likings. They shouldn't be limited or restricted from playing like they want to play. That's the goal for combat pilot developers, I think. And that was a beautiful mission. Thank you all for watching, who might watch this. I will do another stream in 2 hours time. I've got only 2 hours left. That's amazing. Beautiful mission. I will do my things, and that in exactly 2 hours time I will start another stream that will be beautiful, very long mission, more than 3 hours of flight time, and that will be aerial combat on Berloga server with SG2 fighter pilot instructors, if they show. I'm looking forward for that action, because Berloga action is also good type of gameplay for me. And see you later. That will be a Russian commentary stream, of course, Russian speaking community. Only Russian players will be, so I'm sorry for that. And tomorrow for your US and English speaking community guys, tomorrow morning, Eastern time morning, I will start, or maybe afternoon, yes, afternoon I will start, I hope very long, diplomacy squad medic stream. Yesterday, Friday afternoon, Friday evening was very good on diplomacy, very experienced guys were. I was happy to see those experienced community on diplomacy. Gaming was good, and let's repeat that on Sunday afternoon. If I play today, that will be Russian speaking stream, and maybe I don't know, I will do another 820 also Russian commentary stream later. So thank you all for watching, and goodbye. That was a very good mission. Thank you, thank you Finnish server for that. See you later.